nta magambo menshi nshaka kubabwira.
And then further on to Diaka until Mweda were all occupied by the insurgents. So we were able to dislodge them from all these locations. The significance of this particular town is that it held a power station that feeds all these provinces. So the insurgents destroyed the power plant. We always ask ourselves why they would destroy the power plant, which is very important for the supply of power to them and to the citizens. It didn't make sense to us. Yeah, but they did. They destroyed everything. Look at this building. So basically they just operated in the bush. They were defeated on the ground, and the few remnants scattered in different areas and were not able to reorganize themselves. So the few areas that they moved into were also recently dislodged. That is Chia and Nika Duvuma and Punda. So those were areas that they moved to after we dislodged them from their central strongholds. We had to
icyo dusabwa rero ni ikintu cyoroshye ni ukufasha iki gihugu kugarura tuze n'amahoro turwanije ibyihebe biri mu gace ka Cabo Delgado mu bice bababwiye bya za Mweda afungiho bagezeyo biradusaba rero ko natwe twihuta kugira ngo akazi kihuta. Icyo tuzi aduhitugura mu rushikoresho kandi turamurusha training mureke rero dukora akazi kacu seti tumukubita zitanka apane zimukanga akakupigwa kabisa bila huruma ashaka kuraswa nta mbabazi kuko nawe niyo gufatara kwica.
First of all, conduct military operation to dislodge insurgents from the strongholds that they had. The second mission was to conduct security operations, which we are conducting every other day, to ensure that civilians return safely to their homes. The third, of course, is stabilization and return to normalcy, which is what is going on right now. So we are basically in the third phase. The fourth phase would be security sector reform, and that requires us to prepare the forces to be able to take off in our absence. So that phase hasn't really started, but we hope that it will. We are in the planning phase. The biggest challenge was the destruction of infrastructure, which was very important for us to operate. Yeah, but there was the reinstatement of power stations, the reconstruction of power stations, the return of certain key infrastructure. I think we have network now in some places, so we can communicate. It was a problem in the beginning. Yeah, so this power plant was recently built, and as you can see everywhere you are, there is power. Return of electricity in all the 5 districts, which is a good thing. Yeah, so this is part of the return to normalcy. Maintain the war effort. We dislodged them from this location when they were actually staying in the bushes, scattered in the bushes. They were not staying in buildings because there was no power. So I think that was the whole idea. They wanted to stay in the bushes and fight whoever is trying to, get to the city. But their agenda was not positive in any way. They didn't have any plan of building the nation. All they wanted was to destroy. Yeah, so this power plant was recently built, and as you can see, everywhere you are, there is power. There is a return of, electricity in all the 5 districts, which is a good thing. These people have their ideology. Actually, one of the things that is paradoxical is the fact that they actually destroyed mosques. I believe theirs was a kind of extremist agenda. So it wasn't really about Muslims versus Christians. It was an agenda of extremism.
Well, I saddled up my shoes, headed out at dawn. Yeah, I saddled up my shoes, headed out at dawn. Ain't no place gonna hold me when the road keep rolling on. Left my baby crying, said you can't live that way. Left my baby crying, said you can't live that way. I told her love ain't chained down, it just comes and drifts away. Yeah. Saw the sun in the distance, looked like a burning coin. Saw the sun in the distance, looked like a burning coin. Lord, I don't need no preacher, just that dust roll to join. Tell my woman I'm gone, and I ain't coming back.
Live from the beating heart of Africa to every corner of the world, this is Noble Black News, where bold stories rise, fearless voices speak, and the truth cannot be silenced. Stay informed, stay empowered. The world is watching. Noble Black News begins now.